What if a hacker can shut off your power grid in the middle of a heat wave? Or worse, change the chemicals in your drinking water? That's not some cheesy hacker movie. This is real, because hackers have found a new playground. And it's not your laptop. It's the actual machines that run our world. Welcome to Hacking Matters, your home for all things cybersecurity. I'm Carsten. You've heard us talk about IT security, protecting data, emails, cloud servers, basically the brains of your organization. Today we're diving into IT security's cousin, OT security. That stands for operational technology. When IT is the brain, OT is the muscle. Massive turbines in power plants, robots on factory floors, giant valves controlling your city's water flow. For decades, these systems were air-gapped, completely isolated from the internet. But in our race for efficiency, we've connected OT to IT. We've connected the muscle to the brain. Hackers have realized that stealing data is profitable, we know that, but controlling physical machines can be profitable too. Today we explore why OT is the Wild West of cybersecurity. We look at two real-world stories and break down exactly how OT security differs from IT. Let's start with a case where just the fear of an OT breach caused national panic. It's May 2021. The Colonial Pipeline supplies nearly half of the fuel to the US East Coast, and it gets shut down. The wild part? Hackers didn't even touch the pipeline. They compromised the company running the pipeline, but only its IT network. But because of fear that OT is so hackable and that the hackers could spill over, the company voluntarily shut down the pipeline. So hackers caused a lot of damage without even breaching onto the OT side. And that's the power and the fear behind OT right now. Now, what happens if hackers actually breach over to the OT side? Let's travel further back in time. It's December 2015. We're in Ukraine, right before Christmas. Lights go out for over 200,000 people, not from a storm, but from a cyber attack. The hackers had used malware that was later named Black Energy to infiltrate IT systems of 3 energy companies. They studied the networks and then finally decided to jump onto the OT side, the SCADA systems controlling the power grid. Then, with a few clicks, they began opening circuit breakers, all remotely, one by one. Villages and towns all plunged into darkness. Meanwhile, the hackers made hundreds of fake phone calls to the utility to jam their emergency response. So customers couldn't even report where the outage was happening. This was the first confirmed cyber attack to take down a large power grid. A wake-up call. So what makes OT attacks so dangerous? First, the golden rule of cybersecurity is flipped. In IT, we prioritize C over I over A. Confidentiality, integrity, availability in that order. And that makes sense. We want our data to stay secret first and foremost. Hopefully we can also access it, but that's a secondary concern. If the data is offline for some minutes or hours, we can cope. But if it leaks to the internet even once, that's a doomsday. In OT, it's the opposite. Availability over integrity over confidentiality. Losing sensitive data is bad, even on the IT side. But much worse is when the machines stop working. It can cost millions and affect tens of thousands. Power plants can't afford any downtime. Keeping the machines running is a high priority, the number one priority. Patching is an even bigger nightmare. We struggle with patching on the IT side, but at least we manage to install patches every month or at least every quarter. On the IT side, that's not possible. Some of these systems are so old, there aren't even patches available anymore. Windows XP, Windows NT, some of these systems are 25 years old and have been running continuously, no reboots, nothing. So you can't just schedule a patching cycle. If you really have to upgrade something, you schedule the downtime, it's expensive, it itself is an operational risk. And so operators decide it's safer not to patch and try to shield themselves as much as possible from threats. Now, how well that is working or not working, we saw in the case studies. The third way in which OT differs is that the equipment is ancient. It's not well understood anymore. On the IT side, we replace hardware every 3 to 5 years. The OT hardware that's actually being controlled is decades old. Of course, these machines were not built for the internet. They run ancient protocols, often no encryption, lack of authentication, and then we're connecting them to IT systems. We've essentially put an open Wi-Fi on a steam engine, and we're shocked that someone hacks it. Securing OT is one of the largest cyber challenges of our time. It requires a new, different mindset. You put availability first, you design around ancient systems, basically combining industrial engineering with modern cyber defense. To give you 3 examples of techniques we discussed here before that apply readily to OT, of course, network segregation does. Even if you connect parts of it to the internet, you still need a segregation internally. As an extension, zero trust applies readily to OT systems, where you just assume that networks are insecure and secure the endpoints through proper authentication. Finally, and there's a bit of a silver lining, threat detection is in many ways more effective around OT, because what happens in an OT network is more predictable. So deviations from the norm are easier to detect. So there is hope, and we all need to work together to keep our physical infrastructure secure, and hopefully more secure than other systems on the internet. If this deep dive into OT security opened your eyes, please hit subscribe and ring the bell, because next time we meet, we'll dissect a real-world ransomware attack, once again affecting an entire nation state. We'll go step by step how that unfolded and what we learned from it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and until next time, happy hacking.